So the goal here is explore ideas and to learn. And as I've often said, I've learned more from being wrong than I've ever learned from being right,
Yeah.
or claiming that I'm right on something. The other thing is, if you disagree with me or with Gia or with anybody else that we bring into the conversation, um, that's fine. Disagree with them. Most importantly, instead of telling someone that they're wrong, show them. If you disagree with me, don't tell me I'm wrong and then tell me to shut the hell up. Tell me, show me where I'm wrong. I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to look at what you have to say.
Yeah. I mean,
And
we're not.
don't be offended if I don't agree with you. But there are ways to disagree, and the way to disagree isn't to tell me how I'm wrong. Show me how I'm wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. And another thing that I kind of want to make clear on this channel, which again is because of something that sort of was going on a little bit, and I did a video about on my main channel. Um, no false flagging, no false marking comments as spam that you disagree with, and this goes for everybody. This goes for people who agree with us and disagree with us. Again, as Chris said, if you disagree, show us why. Give us some information. Give us, something to back it up. Don't see something you disagree with and just try to make it like it doesn't exist.
There have been some people who have asked us if we're going to do a podcast. It's a distinct possibility that we could do a podcast with this stuff. I know some people prefer the ability to carry these things on their MP3 players or whatever. And if we can in any way accommodate that, we certainly will. In the end, though, we're still going to put everything here on YouTube. And like I said, we may cross-platform, distribute it through some other mechanism, but in the end, we're gonna do it through YouTube as well for one particular reason, and that is so that we can hear back from people. So it's not this one-sided conversation or two-sided. There's significantly more than two sides to the conversation. There's me, there's Gia, there's whoever else, whether it's Dean or Martin or
Dean Martin,
Russ, not Dean Martin, Dean or Martin, or any
or
Ryan,
Ryan,
or any of the other people that we have already or in the future bring into conversations. It's not a conversation just between us, it's a conversation between us and you. And YouTube gives us the means by which people can communicate back to us. And we can exchange ideas and we can refine ideas. And if we happen to say something that you disagree with, and you can show us why you think that we're not completely on task, or if we're wrong or whatever, and you can show us how, then we can learn. It needs to be two-sided or 10-sided or 1,000-sided, however many sides it takes.
Yeah.
And we want, like I said, the goal is to include as many people as we can in the conversation.
Yeah. And I mean, we're sort of looking into options as to how to invite basically all of you to come and do an episode like this. I mean, obviously, within reason, and we'll try to have some process of, whether or not the conversation is actually going to go out anywhere. We're not, to avoid people who are just trolls and things like that. But between Skype and Blog TV and a few other services that there are out there, we would really love to have some of you random people who have subscribed to us or who randomly see the videos or anything to say, hey, I disagree with you guys and I would like to be a part or agree, or, well, I agree with this but not with that. We invite everybody to be a part of this conversation. I mean, that's really what we wanted to do with this is something. And it's not. And the other thing is, it's not always going to be Chris and I. Sometimes it's going to be Ryan and I. Sometimes it's going to be Chris and Martin. Sometimes it's going to be me and Martin. Sometimes it's going to be Martin and some other random people from the internet. We're trying. We haven't really done much yet, and this is really us trying to figure out exactly how to do what we would like to do on this channel. And suggestions welcome. I would say. Um, but we would really love to get a body of people together and really make this kind of like a uh like an old school symposia, you know? Like we just want to get everybody together and talking and thinking and considering together.
Yes, it would be good. I think it would be cool to basically turn this into uh, a modern equivalent of the symposia, where we can discuss ideas, we can learn from each other. I don't want this to become a debate channel. Please don't come expecting to see us pwn theists or anything like that. The goal of this channel isn't debate. There are a lot of other debate channels out there, and the problem is the debate world when it comes to theism and atheism is turning into a it's a land of fucking pose. It's getting old, it's getting ridiculous, and it's basically shutting down communication because there's too many people who haven't gotten the memo that the Poe thing, it was funny 3 or 4 years ago. It's funny when it's someone like Edward Current who knows how to do it. It's not funny when you waste a lot of other people's time and you waste discussion time. I want to have genuine discussions. If you're not interested in genuine discussions, then piss off. You can disagree with me, that's fine. I have no problem with that. But if you're not honestly interested in conversation, and this goes for theists as well, we just got done dealing with a fairly protracted conversation where every single argument presented to this particular theist, he would ignore 90% of the actual argument and pick the least substantial statement, repeat it back to us, and just go, "I don't understand this." Well, that's not. I mean, maybe he thought that this was some clever Socratic method of teaching us or something, but there was nothing. He was impenetrable, and he was completely invulnerable to any logical thought process. So, pose and people who are simply unwilling to have honest discussions and aren't willing to do simple things and demonstrate that they're willing to do simple things, that they're actually having a conversation instead of preaching at us.
Yeah.
So, pose and preaching, not welcome.
Yeah. If you have a legitimate opinion, and again, I don't want to say what is and what isn't a legitimate opinion, but if you have a particular view on something that you would like to honestly and respectfully defend, you are welcome to come and be a part of what we're doing. But again, if you're gonna come and preach, or if you're gonna come in and just call us jerks for not having open minds, or something like that, you're probably better off elsewhere.
Yeah. While we probably won't block those people, we will certainly ignore you.
Yeah. I mean, you're welcome to come and post in the comment section, or whatever. But there's probably not going to be much interaction, because we would much rather spend that time having
real conversations
with people who are actually interested in learning and the whole skeptic thing, actually challenging their ideas of the world. Or maybe somebody wants to come in and explain to us why they're not willing to do that. That could be interesting too.
Okay, so let's not overextend this. This basically was just to try and get an idea. This is kind of how we've envisioned things. We're interested in hearing back what other people think, and suggestions, ideas, comments, otherwise. Respectful conversation. That's the goal. Anything to add, Gia?
No, that's good for me.
Okay, thank you for listening.